Athletic Club claimed all 3 points against Valencia at Mestalla, the final home game of the season for Valencia. And with this result, their hopes and aspirations of qualifying for Europe came to an end. It wasn't the action-packed game that maybe some were expecting, with Athletic Club getting off to an okay-ish start with this cross from Sancet looking towards Adama Boido. Rotations made by Ernesto Valverde after Athletic had met their target of qualifying for the Champions League with their victory against Getafe. Adama Boido was one of those introductions down the left-hand side, and Ollán Sancet, who scored 15 goals this season in La Liga, with a slightly uncharacteristic finish. Ball dropping there to the Athletic Club playmaker. His volley dragged wide. Valencia needing a win in this game, but the urgency didn't translate onto the field of play. So Diego Lopez looked to control that ball, and Omar Sadiq perhaps the best performer for them, finding Luis Rioja for what would be the only strike on target in the opening 45 minutes. Another angle of that save by Unai Simon. And this header from César Tárrega looked like it was going goal-bound, but it flew straight into the path of Omar Sadiq, who was in an offside position. See, just a step behind the Athletic Club defence. Alex Berenguer, who once again put in a stellar performance for Athletic Club at the heart of this build-up. And Ollán Sancet did put the ball into the back of the net, but again, he had strayed offside. Valencia looking to react after a good spell from Athletic, but there were sloppy mistakes in defence all throughout the game from both teams. Passes going wayward. Adama Boido would pick up this yellow card for a late challenge. Where's cross would ultimately fall to Yuri Berchiche. It looked like an innocent deflection off a Valencia player, but then it sort of venomously spiked, and Maradashvili had to keep a close eye on the shot. But against cross, this time catching practice for the Georgian keeper, who was playing in his last home game at the club. And another big name looking on from the stands, Unai Emery, former Valencia manager, currently at Aston Villa. His player on loan, Barrenechea, featuring in the midfield. Gorka Guruceta with this flick just wide. It was a neat piece of skill from the Athletic Club target man. Again, another example of those wayward passes at the back, wasteful in possession. This time it was César Tárrega. That shot from Ruiz de Galarreta, deflected over the crossbar by Diakabi. It was a back pass now from Luis Rioja, which put his side in a bit of a predicament. Ollán Sánchez's shot would then be pulled back for a foul. As he was caught quite late by José Luis Gaya. As we'll see here on the replay, it was a painful one for Sánchez as he just rolled over that left ankle. Yellow card also for Gaya. And in the resulting free kick, Sánchez's shot took a deflection off Javi Guerra, really could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for Valencia, it flew over the crossbar. Save by Unai Simon. Finally something to write home about from Valencia. Diakabi with the header from close range. And the reflex save from Unai Simon, who's had a strong finish to the season. Images from the second half where Leque picked out Guruceta. It was a positive first 3 to 5 minutes of the second half for Athletic Club. Came out with a bit more purpose, with a higher tempo. The header from Guruceta fired straight at Mamardashvili. Injury moments later for Diego Lopez. He pulled up, he already had that heavy strapping, which perhaps was a foreshadow of what would happen. He would have to come off for Iván Jaime. And a flurry of changes for Athletic Club. Ollán Sánchez and Adama Boido making way for Iñaki Williams, returning from injury. As well as Unai Gomez. Gomez and Iñaki Williams were looking to inject a bit of vitality into the Athletic Club attack. And how about that for vitality? Alex Berenguer with one of the finishes of the season. Absolutely nothing Mamardashvili could do about that. An absolute screamer into the top corner. Better with every replay. Valencia making changes to the attack. Hugo Duro and Rafa Mir coming on for the final stretch. On for Almeida and Umar Sadiq. Hugo Duro, the side's top goal scorer. He didn't have too much of an impact on this game. Athletic Club change their entire midfield with Mikel Vesga and Jaureguizar coming on for Galarreta and Beñat Parados. It's been a long old season for the Lions, going deep in Europe and struggling to get over the finish line in terms of Champions League qualification. You really sense how there was very little left in the tank for them. Guruceta would also be replaced in the final minutes by Marouane Sanadi. With Valencia bringing on Max Aarons and Fran Perez. Unai Gomez afforded a bit too much space here to turn and played out wide to Iñaki Williams, who passes it back into the path of Unai Gomez. He was looking to guide that ball home. It ended up being too clean a contact straight into the path of Mamardashvili. Carlos Corberán, the Valencia manager, who's completely turned around their fortunes since coming in halfway through the season. Thanks to him, it hasn't been a nervy finish to the campaign, with relegation an afterthought for Valencia, and European qualification a real prospect, as Rafa Mir picked up that yellow card for a tug on Dani Vivian. Iñaki Williams somehow finding a way past 4 players, although he was adjudged to have fouled Christian Mosquera in the process. And that would be that, ensuing more celebrations for Athletic Club. It's been a stellar campaign for them, qualifying for the Champions League for Valencia. It's the end of the road for this man, Jaume Domenech.